This is a statement of the Obedient movement as a press conference on the AMAC chairmanship elections in Abuja today, the 23rd of February 2026. We address you today with a heavy heart, filled with both profound disappointment and righteous anger. The result of the Abuja Municipal Area Council AMAC chairmanship election held this past Saturday, February 21st, 2026, are not just a political setback, they are a brazen assault on the foundation of our democracy. As many of you know, the Obedient movement and indeed fellow Nigerians threw their full weight behind the African Democratic Congress ADC candidate, Dr. Moses Paul, and his other candidate, inspired by the visions of a new Nigeria, with our supporters mobilized with unprecedented passion, creating a powerful coalition for a change. The Independent Electoral Commission contributed to the voters' apathy by dividing the polling unit without informing the voters, making it difficult for voters to locate their polling units. Many left in frustration, not voting, with 7% turnout. His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi showed his capacity once again with the love of the Nigerian people who came out to support the candidate of the party within a short time of joining the ADC. By calling his supporters to come out and vote, this explained the marginal increase of voters within the compared previous voting pattern in the FCT local government elections. We were clearly ahead in the polls. The will of the people was undeniable. Yet, that we witnessed was a criminal subversion of that will. The declared victory of the All Progressive Congress was not earned at the polling unit. It was manufactured through a campaign of violence, intimidation, and blatant manipulation. Our agents on the ground were systematically targeted. They were harassed, threatened, intimidated in a desperate attempt to silence them. Tragically, this campaign of fear culminated into the ultimate prize of one of our most dedicated agents, a patriot named Malam Musa Abubakar, popularly known as Dengue, was at his post in the Gwagwa polling unit for resisting a daring attempt by hoodlums to hijack ballot box and subvert the will of the voters. The fear factor was also what they used as they started threatening agents early to point out the agent fled. We did not alert everyone at the point of the situation so as not to scare other agents from their location about the thuggery going on by the APC. Let me be clear, Mr. Musa's death is not just a statistic. He was a husband, a father, a son, and a Nigerian who believed in the future of Nigeria. His blood is on the hands of those who orchestrated this electoral fraud and the thugs that were hired to enforce it. We appreciate Dr. Mo and his team for visiting the family immediately in solidarity and providing support. We condemn with outrage that with this act of stealing of the people's mandate, the people of AMAC spoke clearly with their votes, choosing a new direction with Dr. Mo and the ADC. Their voice was stolen in broad daylight. We will not stand by and watch our democracy being discredited. We demand a full and transparent review of the election results and a call on the security agencies to bring the perpetrators of this violence, especially the murderers of Musa, to justice. We call on all Nigerians, on every civil society groups, and in the international community to stand with us in this particular trying moment of our democracy in Nigeria. We must condemn this electoral injustice in the strongest possible terms. We urge INEC to act immediately to address this grievous allegation and restore the sanctity of the ballot. This is no longer about one election. This is a fight for the soul of our dear nation. idea sign on behalf of the Obedient movement. I thank you very much for listening. Oh, sure. That is to tell you the level of the janjaweed action of the minister, because he gave actually directive that nobody should move. While he gave directive, the intention now is clear that he was trying to make sure that people do not come out to protect their vote while he went to go and conspire and do what he has to do as against the will of the people. This is the level of the impunity that Nigerians have been held. You see, the issue of protecting vote is actually the duty of the state. The police, civil defense, army, all security apparatus, they are the ones saddled with that responsibility. It is constitutional. But in this case, we have had the INEC itself is being captured. We have the security agents, they are being captured. We have various institutions that are being captured by the state, and that by those who are in position of power. The question you want to ask is that, Nigerians, do we continue in this light? At the end of it all, you may not have a country of your own. We are only providing the opportunity for you to challenge, and we are asking you to work with us. We need to get this our country back. It is being continuously being hijacked by criminal tendencies. We must not, as a people, continue to submerge ourselves or allow this to continue. It is heinous, it's criminal, it's treasonable, it is unacceptable to every living standard of our country, all in the international community. So we must stand together and work for Nigeria and work for the future of our country.
Well, just to say that the 2027 will definitely not be like the 2026. One of the things that we all know, especially here in Abuja, is that when it comes to the general election, the citizens of Abuja, the residents of Abuja, do come out en masse. And so there will not be a repeat of what you have seen, what you saw happen on Saturday. And for those who would want to believe that there's anything within the Obedient movement that has gone down, it hasn't. In a way, it has even, exploded more exponentially, and the growth it's out there. We also have to understand that for the first time, like Dr. Tanko Yunus, the national coordinator of the Obedient movement, have said, we have seen an increase compared to what you usually have in terms of people's awareness of the area council election. We have a country where most people do not think about or focus on the area council election. They're more interested in states or general election. But for the first time in Abuja, we saw what the campaigns that Dr. Mo did, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi himself brought into the campaign, and the way they were able to get the people to be very focused on the campaign. One of the things I think that should worry every one of us as Nigerians is the fact that election has become a war. There mustn't be any ground on which a human being, a Nigerian just like us, will lose his life. And you know what we are thinking about is evidence. That is a human being that lived in this country that has been killed just because he came out to come and exercise something that is within his constitutional right to be able to do that. But let me just reiterate once again that 2027 will definitely not be like 2026, what we've seen in Abuja today. The Nigerians are ready. Our Obedient movement itself is also ready to ensure that every of our mandate, every vote is safeguarded. And definitely you see that we will not be sharing telling you what those strategies are right now, but definitely, strategies are being put in place for that.
I'm also a witness of that. I saw what's happened very clearly. It's so unfortunate that the security agencies who are supposed to be protecting, defending our rights are used to perpetrate such kind of evil. We saw a situation where the APC came with the security agencies to pull, not just one, the one you saw is one. We have about 3 evidences where they came, disrupt the process, pour tear gas on even their own personnel. I saw a situation where a policewoman was shouting that she has never seen a thing like that. Now, this is uncalled for. Where you have a system, a leadership that allows the security agencies to be used to perpetrate such kind of evil should not be allowed at all. And again, I want to deviate a little to what happened during the area council election. The area council election is different from the general election. We have experienced low turnout. It has been a recurring decimal that during the area council election we have a low turnout. In fact, the number we have this time around surprised us if truly what they publish is the right thing. Because we have a situation where the winner came up with about 40,000 votes, and the second one is Dr. Mo, according to what they gave us, 12,000. We've never had that before. In previous times, what you see about 19,000, 14,000, and thereabout. So it has been like that. The low turnout voter apathy has been like that. So there is no room for comparison from the question the other person asked. There's no room for comparison between the area council election and the general election. We believe strongly that the general election is going to be a different ball game entirely. And the people of FCT, they are enlightened. These are learned people. They did it before, and we believe this time around they're going to do it again in the 2027 election. So there's no room for comparison at all. Now there is one issue that really bothers us. We really want to know, I think this is a question we need to ask. Why is it that at the 11th hour, we have a situation where INEC will be changing the goalposts? People who knew where that their polling unit used to be, on the day of the election, there was no information. If it was going to be something like, we expect that 2 weeks before the election, you make a publication that this and this and this has been changed, so that people will go and know their new voting unit. But it's surprising that on the day of the election, that's where you see a new polling unit, you go to your previous polling unit, find out it's no longer there. Why? I think we need explanation for this.